What if I told you the Wicked Witch of the West was never really wicked? That before she became the green villain we grew up fearing, she was a misunderstood rebel. A woman fighting against a corrupt system that painted her as evil just for being different. Everyone knows Wicked as the big, sparkly Broadway musical about friendship, glitter, and high notes that could shatter glass. But that's only one third of the story. Before the musical, before the upcoming Hollywood movie, Wicked was a dark political novel about power, propaganda, and how easily society can twist the truth. Today on Global Movie Map, we're unpacking how Wicked transformed from a tragic novel to a feel-good musical to a modern movie spectacle, and what each version secretly says about us. Let's rewind to 1995. Gregory Maguire releases Wicked, the life and times of the Wicked Witch of the West. It wasn't about spells or show tunes, it was about systems, politics, religion, corruption, and how good and evil aren't always black and white or green and white. Elphaba, the Wicked Witch's real name, wasn't a monster. She was a revolutionary, a young woman born different, trying to fight for what's right in a world that fears what it doesn't understand. Sound familiar? Yeah, because that story feels timeless. Maguire's Oz is gritty, philosophical. It's more George Orwell than Disney. The book asks questions society wasn't ready for, like what makes someone wicked, who decides who the hero really is, and can rebellion ever be pure when power corrupts everything? But that darkness was never going to sell out a theater. Fast forward to 2003. Broadway turns Wicked into something else entirely. Gone is the dense political allegory. In comes glitter, friendship, and powerhouse vocals. Elphaba and Glinda go from rivals to besties, and suddenly, Wicked isn't rebellion, it's redemption. Instead of grim realism, we get hope. Instead of tragedy, we get defying gravity. And you know what? That shift from darkness to light worked. It made Wicked one of Broadway's most beloved shows ever. Because deep down, audiences didn't want a revolution. They wanted reassurance. They wanted to believe that even if you're misunderstood, you can still soar. That's the genius of Broadway's version. It doesn't erase Maguire's themes, it reinterprets them for a generation craving connection over conflict. Now fast forward again to 2024. Director John M. Chu takes on Wicked Part 1. The cast: Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, megastars with voices made for cinematic moments. The colors are brighter, the world is bigger, the message somewhere between the novel's rebellion and the musical's friendship. The movie wants to bridge the gap, to please fans of both worlds. And that's its greatest strength, and maybe its biggest risk, because when you try to please everyone, you risk pleasing no one. But then again, Wicked has always been about impossible balancing acts. Elphaba balancing her ideals with her emotions, Glinda balancing image with integrity, and us balancing what we want from stories, truths, or escape. So here's the real question. When you look at Elphaba now, do you see a villain or a mirror? Because maybe Wicked isn't about witches at all. Maybe it's about how we all get rewritten, depending on who's telling the story. Each version of Wicked reflects the era that created it. In the 1990s, the truth mattered. We wanted raw, challenging stories that questioned power. In the 2000s, connection mattered. After 9/11, people craved hope, friendship, unity, and now in the 2020s, what do we crave most? Meaning, beauty, escape. That's why Wicked keeps finding new life. Because every generation sees a piece of itself in Elphaba. Outcast, misunderstood, trying to make sense of a messy world, and that's the magic. It's not really about us, it's about us. By the way, this is Global Movie Map, your weekly guide to the best movies from Hollywood to Nollywood, K-drama to Bollywood, and everything in between. So if it says something, not just shows something, we'll find it and decode it. We post every Saturday, so hit the like button if you're enjoying this breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a story. Now tell me, which version of Wicked do you think gets it right? The Rebel novel, the Broadway besties, or the new Hollywood remix? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. So if you love discovering movies that open your mind, not just fill your screen, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Every week at Global Movie Map, we bring you global explainers, reviews, and hidden gems you probably missed.